Number 1. High sensitivity to inconsistency and disrespect. Some people notice things others miss. A shift in tone during a text, a promise that gets quietly edited. The small pulls back emotionally before they ever say it. This is called hypervigilance, and it often develops in people who had to read the room just to survive growing up. The micro betrayals become visible. The little dishonesties that others explain away is no big deal. And after a while, trying to address them stops making sense. This engagement starts to feel like the only response that protects your peace. Number 2. Identity reset and control restoration. There's a specific exhaustion that comes from living according to other people's expectations for too long. Choices shaped by what your family wanted. Relationships built on who you thought you were supposed to be. Walking away from everyone can feel like the only way to hear your own voice again. Psychologists call this individuation, separating your identity from the roles others placed on you. Sometimes that process requires complete disconnection, not forever, but because rebuilding yourself in the presence of people who still see the old version feels almost impossible. So the disappearance happens for a while, and in that space, there's finally room to ask who you actually are. Number 3. Learn self-protection from repeated hurt. After enough betrayals, enough moments where someone you trusted turned out to be unsafe, your nervous system stops debating whether people deserve a chance. It just marks distance as a reliable option. This is called a conditioned response. The body has learned on a biological level that closeness has historically preceded harm. Isolation becomes something your system actively seeks out because it finally found a way to feel safe. Number 4. Avoidance of re-traumatization. Trauma doesn't just live in memory. It lives in the body and the way your chest tightens during certain conversations. This is what we call an emotional flashback. For someone with unresolved trauma, even low-stakes interactions can become triggers. A casual comment might echo something an abusive parent used to say. Cutting everyone off becomes about reducing potential triggers, so you can stabilize, so you can stop living in survival mode long enough to actually heal. Number 5. Chronic emotional overload. There's something that happens when you've been the person everyone calls during a crisis, the one holding space for other people's pain while your own quietly piles up. Your nervous system eventually hits a threshold. Cutting people off becomes about finally creating a container where your own emotions can exist without competition. No one else's grief to manage. No one else's anger to absorb. Just silence. And that silence feels like relief, the kind of mental safety that feels almost foreign after going so long without.